Communism, the New York City mayor race, why it matters to Christians. Oh, and it matters greatly. You know, most Christians think tyranny is something that happens over there, in Cuba, China, the old Soviet Union. Thank goodness it's old and the new one's good, right? Or maybe Iran.
Nothing like that ever happens here.
But right now, radical Islam-aligned candidate could become the mayor of America's largest city, New York. His name is Zohran Mamdani. You probably didn't even know because churches don't even talk about this stuff anymore. But let me tell you the truth. Communism, radical Islam, and woke ideology don't knock politely. They sneak in through local elections while the church sleeps.
They'll hear you.
If you think what happens in New York City stays in New York City and doesn't affect you, think again. Today I'm going to show you why this matters greatly to every Christian, every parent, every pastor, every church.
You mean everyone?
And what happens when we stay silent. Let me put it in a nutshell. Communism always starts local, but it never stays there. All right, first, who is Zohran Mamdani? I'm probably not saying the name right, but he's a 33-year-old Uganda-born, self-declared democratic socialist. It's a nice way of saying communist.
Oh, yeah, anything sounds bad when you say it with that attitude.
He's now the frontrunner to be the next mayor of New York City. If elected, he'd be the city's first Muslim and mayor.
And that's bad.
That's beautiful. Diversity, inclusion. In fact, diversity is our strength. Actually, not. Let's dig deeper. He supported defund the New York Police Department.
I'm not even going to respond to that. That's crazy.
He praises Palestinian intifada.
They're the bad guys.
While he calls for demonizing Israel.
Wow, that's messed up.
He wants rent freezes, government-run grocery stores, and massive tax hikes to redistribute wealth.
Isn't that stealing?
From people who earned it to those who didn't. He calls himself a democratic socialist, but critics, including President Trump and Rudy Giuliani, have already labeled him a communist, and accurately so. Guess what? He's just the tip of the iceberg. Radical Marxist ideas always wrap themselves in pretty words like equity, justice, inclusion.
Like to buy the world a Coke and keep it company.
But underneath, it's anti-family, anti-God, and anti-freedom. Next, communism's spiritual DNA. Where's this come from? Why do I say spiritual DNA? Because this isn't just politics. It's not even just emotional. It's actually spiritual. Everywhere communism has taken root, Russia, China, North Korea, Cuba, it has one mission: erase God, break the family, and replace the church with the state. Karl Marx was an atheist who called religion the opiate of the masses. Lenin said we must combat religion. That is the ABC of all materialism. Communism demands total loyalty to the state, not to Christ, so it attacks fathers, mothers, marriage, because these are the first line of resistance to all tyranny. Third, the church's dangerous silence. Now here's where we have to get honest. If the church was roaring like it should, radical socialists wouldn't even stand a chance. But most pulpits are deadly silent. We'll preach about Jonah and the whale. He's really a big fish. But we won't warn our people that New York City, America's biggest city, could soon be run by a man who praises the same ideology that slaughtered millions and millions and silenced the church wherever it spreads. What does Proverbs 29:2 say? When the righteous increase, the people rejoice. Yippee! But when the wicked rule, the people groan.
I'm never gonna make it.
When the church goes silent, the wicked rule, the wicked rise. Fourth, why local elections matter more than you think. Some people say, hey, Pastor Rob, why should I care about New York? I live in Texas, land of the free, home of the brave. Listen to me, New York sets the cultural tone, kind of like California, unfortunately. And it sets it for the entire country. Media, finance, art, law, education, so much flows through that one city. Policies that get tested in New York spread to LA, Chicago, Portland, then they land on your doorstep, even in Texas, whether you remember the Alamo or not.
Because we will always remember the Alamo.
Communism doesn't storm the front door waving a red flag. It crawls through city councils, school boards, mayor offices, while the church says politics are dirty. Let's just focus on Sunday morning and the good news. Fifth, radical Islam and Marxism. That's an unholy alliance you always see. These two travel together all the time. Why do Marxists and radical Islamists get along so well? I mean, they're honestly quite different. But they do have the same enemy, biblical Christianity. Islam wants to subjugate every square inch of this planet under Sharia law. Communism wants to subjugate every square inch of this planet under the state. Both hate Israel, both hate the free church, both hate strong families and fathers who stand up. That's why a candidate like Mamdani is so dangerous. It's not about his skin color. It's not about his birthplace. It's about his ideology and the spiritual reality behind it. It's dangerous. All that leads to the sixth thing I want to talk about, which is wake up. Especially you, church. This is your wake-up call. You can't pray for revival while you ignore the gates where the enemy slips in. You can't cry about kids getting indoctrinated if you don't show up to vote, speak up, and stand up. The early church faced tyrants with swords, but they didn't sit silent. They didn't say, let's not be political. They preached the gospel and pushed back darkness, city by city. You want to push back the spirit of communism? Start local, speak up, vote wisely. Preach truth. If New York can't do this, then let's help them. Cover your city in prayer, cover that city in prayer. But don't stop there. Stand in the gap. Because what's coming for New York is coming for you. Listen, when the righteous are silent, the wicked rule. The Bible's so clear about this. But the good news, when the church stands up, tyrants fall. What should we do, Pastor Rob? Well, you can start small right now. After you watch this video, share it. Share it with somebody who thinks local elections don't matter. Drop a comment. Let's get a discussion going. What do you see happening in your city right now? And subscribe, because here we don't bow to communism, woke mobs, or cowardly pulpits. We stand for the truth, and we stand for Christ, and we're hoping to do this together. Tag a Christian who needs to wake up. When the church stays silent, tyrants rule. This is Pastor Rob. I'll see you in the next video.